Namaste and very good morning. And today I am going to discuss with you about UPSC Men's syllabus of sociology. And let's decode syllabus of sociology. And this is a very, I would say, one of the smallest syllabus of all given optional of UPSC Men's. So this is very convenient and this is very easy to do as well if you have right mindset and right strategy and right guidance. Then you can balance this optional in a very optimum manner and you can score very good marks in this. Although I'm not suitable one to say in absolute form, because still I am aspiring aspirant and I am in process of this preparation. So just I am sharing with you my experience to take this sociology preparation, what helped me in my case, so you can connect with yourself. So paper 1 is like fundamental of sociology, and in this paper 1 we are having paper 1 and paper 2, and each paper carrying 250 marks each. So total we are having 500 marks of sociology optional. So we can say we have around 10 chapters, and under chapter 1 sociology the discipline, and under this there are 3 subheadings like sociology the discipline. Under this we have to study modernity and social change in Europe and emergence of sociology. And second is a scope of the subject and comparison with other social sciences. And third is sociology and common sense. So these 3 were subheading of this sociology the discipline. We discussed our one chapter. Let's move in second chapter, sociology as science. So in this we are having around 5 subheadings, 5 subtopics, and like science, scientific method and its critique. And B is major theoretical strength of research methodology. Second is major theoretical strength of research methodology, and third is positivism and its critique, and fourth is fact, value and objectivity, and fifth is non-positivist methodologies. So we completed chapter 2, and after that we will come in chapter 3, research methods and analysis. Under this we are having 3 subtopics, and qualitative and quantitative methods, and second is techniques of data collection, and third is variables, sampling, hypothesis, reliability and validity. Now we will come in fourth chapter, sociological thinkers. This is one of the major chunk of entire syllabus of it, especially paper 1. From this chapter and area, around 80 to 90 marks has been asked in past as well. So if we complete this area in a better manner, and then we will be in position to get decent score. So what are the how many thinkers we are having? Around 6 thinkers. So that's why sociology is not much difficult in compare of other optional like mathematics and accounts and medical and like chemistry, physics and so many. And now let's start. First is Karl Marx. First thinker is Karl Marx, and under this Karl Marx we are supposed to read historical materialism, mode of production, alienation and class struggle. So under Karl Marx we are supposed to historical materialism, mode of production alienation, class struggle. And second is Emile Durkheim. Second thinker is Emile Durkheim, division of labor, social fact and society, religion and society. Under Emile Durkheim, we have to study division of labor, social fact, society and religion and society. And in third thinker, Max Weber, social action, ideal types, authority, bureaucracy, Protestant ethics and a spirit of capitalism. So under Max Weber, we are supposed to read social action, ideal type, authority, bureaucracy, Protestant and the spirit of capitalism. Now fourth is Talcott Parsons. Under this social system, pattern variable, two topic we are supposed to study. And fourth is Robert K. Merton, R.K. Merton. So latent and manifest function, conformity and deviance and reference. Latent, manifest functions, conformity and deviance and reference groups. And sixth is need, self and identity. This is a small topic, but this has been also asked in exam so many times. So now coming fifth chapter, stratification and mobility. A concept, equality, inequality, hierarchy, exclusion, poverty and deprivation. And second topic is like theories of social stratification, a structural functionalist theory, Marxist theory and Weberian theory. So one perspective is a structural functionalist, Marxist theory and Weberian theory of this social stratification. Now third topic under this dimension, social stratification of class, caste dimension, a status group, gender, ethnicity and race. There can be various dimensions of this social stratification like class, status group, gender, ethnicity and race. Now we will come to fourth topic under this, social mobility, open and closed system, types of mobility, source and cause of mobility. Now we will come in sixth chapter, works and economic life. Under these three sub topic, like first is social organization of work in different types of societies, slave society, feudal society, industrial and capitalist society. And B is formal and informal organization of work. C is labor and society. Now seventh chapter is politics and society. Now under fourth subheading is four topics like sociological theories of power. B is power in life, bureaucracy, pressure group and political parties. And C is nation, state, citizenship, democracy, civil society and ideology. And fourth is protest, agitation, social movements and collective action and revolution. Now we will come in eighth chapter, religion and society. Under this we are having three subtopics, sociological theories of religion, types of religious practices, animism, monoism, pluralism, sects, cults. And third is religion in modern society, religion and science, secularization, religious revivalism and fundamentalism. Now we will come in ninth chapter, system of kinship. Under this we are supposed to go through five subheadings and five topics. Family, household, marriage. Second is like types and forms of family. Third is lineage and descent. And fourth is patriarchy and sexual division of labor. and fifth is contemporary trends. Now we will come in 10th chapter, social change in modern society. So here we have 5 topics covered. We have to cover 5 topics: sociological theories of social change, development and dependency, and agents of social change, education and social change, and science, technology, and social change. So we have gone through this paper 1 का syllabus, and now we will be coming under the paper 2. This also carry 250 marks. And under this we are 3 part 1, part A, introducing Indian society, and part B, social structure, and part C, social changes in India. So in part 1 we are having like introducing Indian society, and under this chapter 1, perspective of a study of Indian society. Under this we have to study Indology by G.S. Ghurye, and a structural functionalism by M.N. Srinivas, and third is Marxist sociology by A.R. Desai. Now second chapter is impact of colonial rule on Indian society. Under this we have to study social background of Indian nationalism, and second is modernization of Indian tradition, and protests and movement during the colonial period. And D is like social reforms. Now we will come in part B, social structure. Like chapter 1 is rural and agrarian social structure. Under this we are having the idea of Indian village and village studies, and second is agrarian social structure and evolution of land tenure system, land reform, etc. And second is caste system. First is like perspective on a study of caste system, G.S. Ghurye, M.N. Srinivas, Louis Dumont, and André Bethel. And B is features of caste system, and C is untouchability, forms and perspectives. Now third chapter is tribal communities in India. One is definitional problem, geographical spread, colonial policies and tribes, and issues of integration and autonomy to that tribe. Now fourth chapter, social classes in India. Agrarian class structure, second is industrial class structure, and third is middle class structure. Now fifth chapter is system of kinship in India, lineage and descent in India, types of kinship system. Third is family and marriage in India. Fourth is household dimension of the family, and fifth is patriarchy, entitlements, and sexual division of labor. Now sixth is religion and society. Religious communities in India, problem of religious minorities. Now we will come in part C, social changes in India. First chapter is vision of social change in India. 1. Idea of development, planning and mixed economy, and second is constitution, law and social change, and third is education and social change. Now second chapter is rural and agrarian transformation in India. First is program of rural development, community development program, cooperative, poverty alleviation scheme, etc. And second is green revolution and social change, changing modes of production in Indian agriculture. And fourth is problems of rural labor, bondage, migration. And now we will come in third chapter, industrialization and urbanization in India. Like first is evolution of modern industries in India, second is growth of urban settlement in India, and third is working class structure growth and class mobilization, and fourth is informal sector child labor, and fifth is slums deprivation in urban area. Now we will come in fourth chapter, politics and society. Nation, democracy and citizenship. Second is political party, pressure groups, social and political elite. C. Regionalism and decentralization of power. And fourth is secularization. So fifth chapter is social movement in modern India, like peasants and farmers movement. Second is women's movement. Third is backward class and the youth movement. Fourth is environmental movement. And fifth is ethnicity and identity movement. Now, sixth chapter is population dynamics. A is population size growth, composition and distribution. Components: population growth, birth, death, migration, and population policy and family planning. And emerging issues: aging, sex ratio, child and infant mortality, and reproductive health. And now seventh chapter, challenges of social transformation. First is crisis of development, displacement, environmental problems, sustainability. Second is poverty, deprivation and inequality. And C is violence against women. And fourth is caste conflict. And another is ethnic conflict, communalism, regional religious revivalism, and last is illiteracy and disparities in education. Illiteracy and disparities in education. Now we have discussed about paper 1 and paper 2 of sociology, optional. Now let's talk about what resources we are supposed to cover. And 11th 12th class of NCERT society, we are supposed to go through that 4 book. And after that we are having chronicle ka like sociology previous year question paper, we can go through this. And one of the best, I would say, very convenient and handy book, that is Essential of Sociology by Nitin Sangwan. We can go through, and we can go through Vikas Ranjan book as well, Applied and Fundamental of Sociology. And because I preferred Mahapatra sir as well and Vikas Ranjan as well to the some extent for alag topic. Now you can make your own notes. Under this you can see how I have made my notes. Like here I have started. So under this you can see my notes. You can, is this visible or I don't know, and these all are my notes. So you can go through this as well. So this will be very useful, and we can go through IGNOU का study material as well, MSO, like Master in Sociology of MA, and that is very authentic sources, government sources. So that material is also very good, but Nitin Sangwan has borrowed content from that material as well, I felt. So we should take multiple revision of limited material. Don't exaggerate unnecessary too many material. And if you want to crack NET GRF, then you can go through this R. Gupta's Sociology UGC NET book. That is very useful because I have to do as well this. I am doing MA in Sociology as well, and will do PhD as well in this. So that's why If you read properly your optional sociology optional, then you will be in better position to qualify NET GRF as well. So more or less content are same syllabus, but only question pattern are different. So thank you very much for having this much patience.